Have you ever wondered what could be happening right under our feet? Beneath the grass, flowers, and trees we see every day,
New videos every day. Subscribe to our channel.
a hidden universe is bustling with life. Imagine a world where tiny creatures are the stars of the show. It's not a fairy tale. It's right under your shoes, in the soil you walk on every day. This secret world is teeming with insects, worms, and other small organisms, each playing a unique and vital role in our ecosystem. Picture ants, as strong as superheroes, carrying loads way heavier than their own bodies. Think about earthworms, the underground farmers, tirelessly working to make the soil healthier. And don't forget about caterpillars, the magical creatures that transform into beautiful butterflies. These tiny inhabitants are not just living beneath us, they are shaping our world in ways we can hardly imagine. They are the unseen heroes of our planet, the little giants of the earth. Now, are you ready to dive in and explore this magical miniature world? Imagine a world where a grain of soil is as big as a mountain. Picture this: a bustling city filled with skyscrapers, tunnels, and highways, all contained within a single spoonful of soil. This is the world of tiny creatures like ants, earthworms, and beetles. These critters navigate through a labyrinth of soil particles, creating homes, finding food, and living their lives in ways that are just as complex and fascinating as our own. Ants, for instance, are like the architects of the soil world. They construct intricate networks of tunnels and chambers, each with a specific purpose. Some rooms are nurseries for their eggs and larvae, while others serve as food storage. They even have rooms for waste disposal. These tiny builders shape their environment to perfectly suit their needs. Now think about earthworms, nature's little gardeners. These wriggly creatures burrow through the soil, eating as they go, and then leave behind nutrient-rich droppings called castings. These castings help to fertilize the soil, making it healthier and more productive. Earthworms essentially transform the soil into a fertile playground for plants to thrive. Then we have beetles, the tiny adventurers of the soil kingdom. From the ground beetles that scurry around hunting for food, to the dung beetles that roll balls of waste to their burrows, each has a unique role in the ecosystem. They help to control pests, recycle nutrients, and even pollinate flowers. Surviving in such a micro-world requires some incredible adaptations. From antennae that act like advanced GPS systems to exoskeletons that provide both protection and strength, these tiny creatures are perfectly equipped for life in the soil. So, beneath your feet, in a world as small as a grain of soil, there's a whole universe of life. It's a place where tiny creatures build cities, garden, hunt, and even recycle, all while playing a vital role in our wider ecosystem. Isn't it amazing how these tiny creatures have adapted to live in such unique homes? Just like us, these tiny creatures have fascinating life stories to tell. Let's dive into the remarkable journeys of a few of our miniature friends. Take, for instance, the butterfly. It starts its life as a tiny egg, no bigger than a pinhead. From this egg hatches a caterpillar, a voracious eater that munches on leaves to grow bigger and stronger. Then, in an act of nature's magic, the caterpillar wraps itself in a cocoon, entering a stage called pupa. Here it transforms, reorganizing its cells in a process we call metamorphosis. And then, voila! Out emerges a beautiful butterfly, ready to spread its wings and take flight. But not all tiny creatures become winged wonders. Some, like the earthworm, have a different life story. Earthworms hatch from cocoons too, but they come out as teeny tiny versions of their adult selves. They grow by eating soil, breaking it down and enriching it in the process. They may not turn into butterflies, but they play a crucial role in keeping our soils healthy. And then there are the beetles, one of the most diverse groups in the insect world. They begin as eggs, but what hatches is not an adult beetle but a larva, a sort of baby beetle that looks quite different from its parents. The larva eats and grows until it's time to pupate, similar to the butterfly's cocoon stage. After this rest, it emerges as an adult beetle, ready to start the cycle all over again. These are just a handful of the countless life stories unfolding right beneath our feet. Each creature, no matter how small, plays its part in the grand tapestry of life, turning the wheel of the ecosystem in its own unique way. From tiny eggs to crawling creatures and sometimes even flying wonders, life truly is a magical journey. Did you know that some of these tiny creatures are real superheroes? Yes, that's right. Just like the superheroes you love in comic books and movies, these little creatures possess superpowers that help them survive and thrive in their tiny world. Take ants, for instance. They are known as the strongmen of the insect world. Despite their minuscule size, ants can carry objects that are up to 50 times their own weight. It's as if you suddenly lifted a car all by yourself. Imagine the strength that requires. And what about the cockroach? It may not be the most loved creature, but there's no denying its super speed. With the ability to scuttle at a pace of 80 centimeters per second, it's no wonder they're so hard to catch. You may not want them in your house, but in their own world, these speedy pests are truly Olympic sprinters. Then there are the earthworms, the quiet heroes of the underground. They may not seem very exciting, but their work is essential to our planet's health. They munch their way through the soil, breaking it up and enriching it with nutrients. This process is incredibly important because it helps plants grow. So the next time you enjoy a juicy apple or a crunchy carrot, you might want to thank an earthworm. And let's not forget the humble bee, a tiny creature with a mighty job. Bees are responsible for pollinating a large portion of the food we eat. Without their tireless work, our plates would look a lot less colorful. These are just a few examples of the little giants among us. Each tiny creature plays a unique and essential role in the grand scheme of life. They might be small, but their impact is colossal. They remind us that size doesn't determine strength or importance. Even the smallest among us can be the mightiest, don't you agree? All right, time to put on your thinking caps. Are you ready for a fun challenge? Let's see how much you remember from our journey into the hidden world beneath our feet. Remember, it's all about having fun and learning something new. So let's dive in. Question 1. Do you remember the tiny creature that has super strength? Yes, that's right. It's the ant. Did you know that ants can lift up to 50 times their own body weight? That's like you lifting a car. Next question. Which of our tiny friends transforms from a caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly? You got it. It's the butterfly. This amazing process is called metamorphosis. Now let's dig a little deeper. Can you recall the creature that plays a crucial role in keeping our soil healthy? That's right, it's the earthworm. These wriggly wonders turn dead plants into rich soil, helping our gardens to grow. All right, we're on to the last question now. Which creature can live in a grain of soil? Yes, you're right. It's the mite. These tiny creatures are so small, they can make a home in a single grain of soil. Well, how did you do? Remember, it's not about getting every question right. It's about learning and exploring the fascinating world beneath our feet. Each of these tiny creatures plays an important role in our ecosystem. They might be small, but they're mighty in their own way. So next time you're out in the garden or at the park, take a moment to appreciate the little giants among us. Who knows, you might just spot an ant lifting something 50 times its weight, or a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. Great job! You're becoming a real expert on these tiny creatures. Now, armed with all this knowledge, what will you do? Well, just imagine, every time you step into your garden, or a park, or even just look at a patch of soil, you're standing on a bustling city of tiny creatures, each playing their part in keeping our world turning. Remember those mighty ants carrying many times their own weight, or the humble earthworm tirelessly working to keep our soil healthy. And don't forget the magical transformation of the caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly. Each of these tiny friends has a special role in our big world. They're not just beneath our feet, they're a crucial part of our lives, a part we often overlook. So, let's take a moment to appreciate these unsung heroes. Let's observe, learn, and respect our tiny friends. Next time you step outside, remember, a whole new world awaits you, right beneath your feet.
New videos every day. Subscribe to our channel.